Hey guys, it's Mark from parkflyers.com. Today we're looking at the Traxxas Raptor R. Retails for $529.99. Brand new release from Traxxas. And we wanted to give it a nice quick review because we thought it was very interesting. We had a great time with it. Right now it comes in blue, it comes in the red, and there also is a black that's going to be available. Right now this is considered their newest car and their latest and greatest version of a Slash. Now the Slash car for our hobby shop is the most successful car that Traxxas has, and because of that, Traxxas has over 10 variations of the Slash. You have the Ultimate, you have two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you have the one that comes with Magnum transmission, you have the kits you can build. Like I said, they come in various different configurations just because of the popularity of the car, and it's the widest line that Traxxas has is the Slash line. So what did Traxxas do on this? What makes it unique over a regular Slash? You know, what's all the hype about, and what's the big deal? Well, this is a regular Slash, okay? So this is a regular size 10 scale car. It fits in right to that category, standard 10 scale size. And like I said, this is the best selling platform that Traxxas has right now. So what does the Raptor do? Essentially, it does a couple things. The first thing that it does is they take a really long chassis. This is an extra 2-point-something inches, and it's significantly longer than a standard Slash chassis. So it's going to definitely drive different than a regular Slash. The other thing they decided they were going to do, which was clever, is they went with a clipless design. So there is no clips. Everything is, you have releases in the front and rear. You just have to put your finger underneath the wheel well, and you undo the clips, and the cover will come off. It doesn't make the cover that much heavier, so it's not really compromised in that way. Also, it adds to the scale realistic looks. If you look at this truck, it's probably one of the nicest Raptors they've made. Really, really nice. And that is definitely a nice feature. The other feature we want to talk about and highlight, which really is significant, is the inclusion of the Extreme Duty driveline set, now standard in this kit. So basically what that is you have all the components of the car that really are susceptible to breakage, especially when running brushless. You have the universals, you have the bearing carriers, rear carriers, shock towers, even even they include some of the bearings that are actually a higher quality bearing, bigger bearing, and they're just going to be more durable. So this kit, which retails for about 120 bucks, is standard in this car. It's just all included, pre-installed from the factory. The car is going to be that much more durable. I've tested the Extreme Duty kit. It's kind of really hard to break. Is it impossible? I would say it's next to impossible, but of course anything can be broken. So like I said, the Extreme Duty kit is definitely a very nice highlight of this kit, and we love it. Now, one cool thing that if you notice that the car has is these headlights. So these headlights, the regular standard beams, do not come standard with the car. So how did I get those to work? Because Traxxas does not have any kits available right now either. So what did I do? I actually took a $15 kit that Traxxas actually makes now. Item number 6784. I'll leave the link below. And you basically take the plastic, there's little plastic lenses inside the car when you take off the cover. You remove those with a tweezer, and then you just insert these bulbs. They click right in. It's no tools needed, just, click and fit. And the way that these are laid out, it actually fits perfectly in the both recesses together. So there's like a U configuration, and you just plug both in on each side. It even comes with an extension, so you can go from the cover all the way into the receiver. Not a problem at all, and it really does add to the scale realism. For $15, you could have a fully lighted up car. Obviously, these come standard in the bumper, front and rear. If you look at the rear are a nice touch because they have red lenses. Very nice touch. The only thing Traxxas overlooked was the rear lights. I wish and I hope they'll come out with a kit to take this out and put them in. I don't think they will, but that would have really taken it over the top. As far as the looks of the car, now this is going to be their most scale version of the Slash they ever released. It is an exact replica of a 2023 Raptor R. These cars are going for big money now. They're very popular. Traxxas did their homework. They did their demographic studies with men in this field, and the Raptor R is probably the #1 truck that everybody aspires to buy. So the Raptor R was a very, very good idea to make into an RC model, and we definitely endorse this truck highly. The red is really nice. Red, with the red truck, you can actually see a lot of the lines and a lot of the curves. Very, very nice. They are going to be releasing the black edition. I'm not a fan of the black. Don't have the black in yet. It's going to be released soon. But I like a brighter color. I hope they come out with a silver or maybe even a yellow. That would be really cool. Traxxas will release more colors during the model year. So what does it drive like? Do you really need one? Short answer is yes, you do really need this car. I'll explain why. So the first thing I did when I took it out, put a 3-cell in it, gave it some throttle, really just wrung it out. The first thing that struck me was how good the TSM works. You know, I have to always remind myself how good the Traxxas TSM is. You know, in their radios, you have the TSM, you're able to control the amount of it and dial it in. I like mine like right in the center usually. But what I noticed with this car is you give full throttle, it'll take off in a straight line every time. TSM basically is a driver that keeps the car straight. What a lot of people don't know is that TSM has a second function, and it actually helps the car brake as if the car had ABS brakes. TSM on braking is absolutely phenomenal. You'll be going 50 or 60 miles an hour. You'll jam on the brakes. The car will not go out of control. You jam on the brakes, and the car just stops like a real truck. It stays straight. It doesn't move in not even a millimeter off of its line, and it brakes phenomenally, in my opinion. So, like I said, TSM is absolutely phenomenal. Now, when I took this car out, stock settings from the factory, you had shock positions on the inner holes. I moved them both side, front and back, to the outer holes, and the car was definitely more planted when you're doing high-speed turns. One of the things that you'll notice, which really is cool, is when you drive the car, the way the rear end rotates. Because you have more weight now, because the car is longer, it'll actually rotate like a real truck. So, and you know, even though a Traxxas is modeled after, you know, the real truck here, the dimensions in a scale type of setting, scale feel, scale drivability, that extra 2 inches in the chassis really makes the car drive like a Raptor R. To get a sense of just how much bigger the car is, look at that. Look at the length on that. And the tire size also in the new car, you have a slightly bigger diameter. That does lend itself to a higher end speed on the same motor and gearing. So on this car, on the Raptor R, you're actually going to get a higher top end speed with the same gearing. And just look at that. That is absolutely significant. Really nice. In person, this thing is long. It's hard to describe in words. When you take one out to drive, you'll see that. I try to show it in the video if I can, but the way that, like I said, the rear end swings around, it kind of has a really nice feel, and I love it. I think it's great. It's unique. It sets itself apart from a regular Slash. Would I buy one of these? Yes, I would. Now, one of the things I noticed, one of the downsides I noticed when driving this really, really hard is that there was body rub onto the wheels, and you hear it while it's driving, and I didn't like that. The one thing you can do is you can actually cut this lip out, and that'll probably avoid that. You have to do it very neatly and carefully. You don't want to do any nicks because you don't want the body to start disintegrating on you after you have a nick. Now you might say, why don't you just raise the body mount like the old truck? You could, like on a regular Slash, you could raise the body up and down. This you cannot. This is because it's clipless design. You can't raise the body up and down, so you're going to have to cut the body so that the tires don't hit. Look how close that is. I mean, under hard driving, you're going to hear that. Now, they obviously did that for scale looks. They want the tires close to the chassis as possible because it looks like a real truck, and it's absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, so how does this thing jump? Jumping is one of the key features of an RC car. Everybody going to want to know, how does this jump? Absolutely phenomenal. Really neutral in the air. It jumps like a longer truck. It feels a little bit more stable in the air. It's less prone to rocking back and forth with throttle and brake as opposed to a short wheelbase. The longer wheelbase will be more stable in the air. And, you know, when you watch those Dukes of Hazzard, you see the General Lee flying through the air, really stable and nice and flat. It's going to kind of feel like the General Lee. That's what I was thinking when I jumped it. And I really had a good time with this car. So handling, jumping, the overall feel of the car, it's definitely going to be different than a regular Slash. Looks-wise, it looks phenomenal. It's the best, one of the nicest bodies they made on any Slash configuration. The Raptor R essentially is one of the top trucks for men in the country as far as, like, you know, desirability. So again, this is a really well thought out truck. The durability of the extreme duty driveline kit added to all that just seals the deal. And this $15 light kit upgrade really makes this thing a home run. Overall, top recommendation from Park Flyers RC. We've already sold a few of them. We have a lot of, we think there's going to be a lot of demand for this in the future. And we highly, highly endorse this car and think it's fantastic. Thank you guys for joining us on this review. Please leave a thumbs up. It does make a difference. Share this video with friends. And please, if you have any questions or comments below, please make them. If you want to order one, of course, we love when our customers watching our YouTube channel support us. You got to support the hobby shop. It does make a difference. Recently, we've seen an uptick in support, and we really appreciate that. A lot of people have been sticking with us, coming back to us. They appreciate the YouTube videos. They know that all these videos are made for my own spare time. I don't get paid to do them. But like I said, this is a promotional video. We like to give the experience that I have and, you know, transmit that to the consumer so the consumer can make an educated choice and see if it's worth spending the money. $529.99 with, you know, with a standard extreme duty kit and all this power and the clipless body. We think it's worth it. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Anyway, have a great day, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you on the next review.